pant and I have the little heel on. I just think this is adorable. This would look cute with white sneakers too.
Oh my gosh, it's a winner for sure. Thank you so much, Juliana. It was so much fun to see you, my friend.
Great to see you. Look beautiful, Michelle. Thank you, everyone.
See ya. We'll see you for your today's special on the 12th.
Thank you. Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
G by Juliana Home combines fashion and function for the home. For the woman who's vibrant, fun, and fashionable and wants her home to reflect that. It's fashion for the space you live in. Exclusively for HSN.
Love style? Then you've got to see G. Join fashion icon Juliana Rancic Thursdays at 6 p.m.
I'm Jet Tila, executive chef, television personality, entrepreneur. I've been an executive chef for about 16 years. I have 3 best-selling cookbooks under my belt. My inspiration really comes from 30 years of cooking, starting obviously in a Thai Chinese household, watching my grandma as my first culinary teacher, and then that evolving into working in professional American and French kitchens, and then cooking around the world. I've taken all of the tips and tricks from a commercial kitchen and made this line easy for everybody.
Y'all have no idea how far I just ran to get here. So if I'm a little out of breath, that's why. But also, we're so excited that Chef Jet Tila is in the house today with an amazing today's special. We're gonna get cooking tips, because that's what I really, really want. I wanna see how to use all of these pieces that he brings to us. These are kitchen worthy, they are commercial grade, but very easy to use at home. So we're all gonna feel like pros today, and we've got some really phenomenal deals coming up. Take a look at this one, for instance. So this is your 2-quart non-stick stainless steel covered saucepan for $39.95. Like, we're talking about essentials, but how beautiful are these as well? Stainless steel lasts forever. Like, you do not have to worry about pieces chipping off. You don't have to worry about it looking bad. You don't have to worry about your food cooking incorrectly. I mean, we're talking even heating, really fast cook time, very, very elegant. This price, so $7.99. I mean, legitimately, you cannot even get a coffee today for that price, and you're gonna get cookware that is gonna last you a lifetime. So that's coming up in just a bit. Great sale price point. We also have the perfect 11-inch saute pan that could accompany this. I love the shape of this one. I love how deep this is. You're cooking in this, you're sauteing in this. You could fry in this though. You could make sauces in this as well. You could do a little curry. We might do some Thai cooking today, but this is gonna be another really versatile piece for you. The size of this is absolutely perfection. 5-quart, plenty of space, comes with the lid, of course. Again, this price point, this was originally $80. We're 50% off on this one. So we are gonna get your kitchen all stocked up. We're gonna get you excited about cooking. We are anchoring the day with a phenomenal today's special, 66% off. I will take that on arguably, the most important tool a chef can have, the knife. Let's dive in. Okay, our today's special is just as elegant as it is practical, as it is a necessity. Let me tell you, ask any chef, whether they are a pro or a novice, the knife is probably the most important tool you can have.
I would say so.
Chef Jet is here.
Hello,
you know, my dad
hello.
travels with his own knives. Like, he will come to my own house and bring his knives with him. And
no kidding.
He always says, if you don't have a good knife,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be as good of a cook,
Well,
which, you know, it's your tool of the trade.
And I tell you what, a good knife makes you do less work.
Yeah.
It makes you more efficient, makes you faster in the kitchen. It's also the thing that's kind of your calling card, right? Like, those of us, doesn't matter what you are, but you like gear and you like quality.
That's right.
And we have both of that for you.
So
Yeah.
not only that, you're getting the knife times 2.
Times 2.
We are bringing you 2 beautiful Japanese stainless steel knives. I love the European, the olive wood on
Oh,
this.
yeah.
They are so gorgeous. I mean, they're almost like jewelry for your kitchen, but they are 2 top sellers that each of these is $60. Each of them So instead of $120 today, you're getting them both home for $39.95. So you're getting the 7-inch chef knife, and then you're getting the 5.5-inch Nikiri knife, which again, we're gonna educate today.
I will, I'm happy to
Chef
do so.
Jet has been all over in the world of cooking. I love watching you on Food Network.
Well, thank you so much.
I really do. You cook all over YouTube.
That's right.
My brother-in-law has your book, The
Whoa,
101
what's his
Thai
name?
Dishes.
What's his name?
Andrew.
Shout out, Andrew. What's up, man?
He's
Thanks
gonna
for getting
freak
that.
out.
That's so cool.
He loves you. And what he said, I mean, first of all, I'm Thai as well.
That's right.
And so he's married to my sister, and he's like, well, I got to get good at cooking for her, because he cooks a lot of Thai dishes, but it all comes down to the knives.
It really does. So what we have here is, again, you know what? I partnered with HSN, traveled the world to find everything I wanted in my way. So we're talking about Japanese steel, which in my opinion is the best steel in the world.
Okay.
Japanese steel holds an edge tremendously, and it's full tang. So let me explain what full tang means. So only the best knives in the world have the metal that runs all the way through the handle. So look at that. And then we finish the metal on both sides. I have the seal here, which is the Chef Jet seal. You're gonna see that logo a lot, but it's actually, there's a reason for it. There's laser etched as well. If you see all the little,
beautiful.
And when you laser etch it, it's not a perfectly flat environment. And that's why you can just glide through food. And that's why food doesn't stick when you have that etching, believe it or not. Lastly, you know what? You know, all our books are 101, and that means kind of college 101, because we want to educate. My wife's an educator, so am I. See the red seal? I want you to put your thumb on the red seal.
Okay.
And then I want to put your index finger on the back side and wrap your 3 fingers, and this is what we call a pinch grip. This is how the knife becomes part of your hand. And you have 2 knives here. This is a Nikiri. Think about this as the chopper. And then you have the chef's knife. Think about this one as the slicer.
Okay.
And here we go. Let's do some slicing as I talk through it. And again, I'm here to educate. I'm here to share 30 years in the kitchen, the last 15 years on Food Network, on all the competitions, either judging and competing. These are exactly the knives that I use as well on camera.
Are they?
These are the knives in my commercial kitchens at all of our restaurants. Now, when you have a really sharp knife, look, check it out. You can just roll the bell pepper. And,
oh my gosh.
And the Jet Tila cutting rhyme is a tile becomes a slice becomes a dice. So I made the tile here. And I'm gonna show you in the French kitchen, we actually get even more detailed.
Okay.
This in most kitchens would be fine. Oh, I got a beautiful slice there, fine. But you know what, in a French kitchen, I have to take one more layer off.
Now you're just
now
showing
look at
off.
that. No, this is really, this is the sharp, this is the knife. The knife does all the work, just like that. And now this perfectly yellow piece, there's no pit there. And I can cut fine julienne, I can cut brunoise.
Look at
anything you want to do, this is the right knife to do it with. So check that out. Just gorgeous, gorgeous knife cuts right there.
And when you were mentioning being full tech, so like having the metal go all the way to the back. Why does that matter so much in a knife?
So most of the knives, not in great price points, are going to have the blade goes into a plastic handle, and it literally just sits there through tension. That way you don't have a good feel of the knife. When you have a full tang, when the metal runs all the way through, you're actually holding the metal in the handle.
Okay,
and
so
that
more
way
stable.
you feel it. And I'll tell you what do we not like to cut? Really durable things, really, really hard things, right? And now I've got a carrot. And I literally can just kind of just go through this carrot. Now, because you have a full tang, the metal is here, not just here. It gives you perfect balance point. It gives you perfect durability, and you'll never ever lose contact, and you'll have a lot of leverage on the food.
You know what?
Just like that.
I mean, now that I think about it, I have had knives that weren't full tang, and it's almost like it wiggles around.
It does.
Like it's jiggling in the handle while you're using it, and that can't be safe.
No, and eventually it'll work its way out, and while you wash those knives, water works its way through and it rusts out, and it's terrible. You know what I mean?
Did you guys see the presentation on this? I'm gonna come over behind you for just 2
let's
seconds.
switch up. Let's switch up.
This is like a keepsake giftable box, and I just want to show you how beautifully these are nestled inside. And this is the good cardboard. You know what I mean? Like when you get the true
that is the giftable one right there. That's the one you give away.
This is the one you keep after you take everything
One for you, one for a friend.
Yeah, and look how gorgeously presented they are. Now, I'll just remind you, each of these knives right now is on hsn.com for $59.95. Even that is a steal.
That's right.
This is Japanese metal that we're using, the stainless steel. That olive wood on the handle is so smooth and soft.
Yeah, that's right.
It's really really gorgeous. Hand wash these, you guys. Let them dry. It's very quick and easy. You're gonna wanna take care of them.
Yeah, so if each of the knives are 59, right, and you multiply that by 2, that's 120, and you're getting both these knives for just about $40. And you're like, wait, why are they so reasonable? Well, we have the direct relationship with the suppliers. We buy in bulk. We go big. So I want you to think about it this way. It's better than a BOGO, because usually you buy one, get one free. You're actually getting both for less than the price of one. And I'm gonna ask you to do one more thing. If you are knife nerds like I am, you follow chefs and you know the kind of gear we use, just go ahead and favorite your favorite search.
Do a little internet search.
Yeah, do an internet search and say Japanese steel, right? European olive wood and full tang, and there's no way you're gonna find a knife for what we're selling it for.
I've never cut a watermelon this way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm watching you do
I
this.
just
I'm
wanted
like,
to show you. So we wedge it. When you go on vacation and you go to those fancy hotels, this is how you get those really nice cuts. And because I have a full tang, because I have a chef's knife, look, nothing is sticking. I'm going right through. And this is how they make those $25 fruit plates on vacation in the morning. That's exactly how they do it right there.
Oh
then you lean it a little bit.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's funny because if you're watching, you're like, wait, watermelon's not as hard to cut through, but it sticks, right? Everything piles up, it flops over, and you're not getting the rind or the peel off like we just did.
You
I
are
mean, that
never
took
ever
you
going to do that.
no time
and
at
look
all.
at how razor sharp that is. So this is the chef's knife. Why do I add a chef's knife? Why do you have 2 knives? The chef's knife has the point that tapers down to the edge. This gives you control because this gives you what I call like a traceability effect, right? You could actually control where you're cutting. And now we bring in the Nikiri knife, which is equally important. People are always asking, Jet, what are the 3 knives that I need? You need a Nikiri, you need the chef's knife, and you need a paring knife, which we're gonna show you. So both knives are interchangeable, but for peeling the watermelon, I like the paring better. But for cutting and chopping, I like the Nikiri better. I mean, look at that. Again, I showed you how we make really fancy food in big fancy restaurants and hotels. It's really that simple.
And how nice to only really need 3 pieces to do every job. Like I even noticed we've got a steak over here we're gonna talk about. The paring knife, by the way, is our bonus buy. So if you are buying the today's special, you get an extra $10 off the paring knife. And I'm gonna highly recommend the cutting board / magnetic knife display / cookbook holder.
And I got to show you how it all works.
Genius.
How cool is that?
Oh my gosh.
So everything I'm cutting on here, family, is that cutting board. So let's take a second here. Watch what happens.
I'll switch with you
No,
for a
I'll switch
minute.
with you for a second. So check it out. Listen to that strong magnet. Grab that knife. Right?
So
that's
smart.
so satisfying, as my son says. Dad, that's so satisfying.
So is mine. How old's your son?
Yeah, 9. How old's
mine's
yours?
just turned 10.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. They all speak the same language.
I'm like, Ren, I guess it is kind of satisfying. I see where you're going. This is not just a magnetic display. You lift up this board. Right? It's a dual-sided cutting board. There's a flat side and there's a gravy channel side. How cool is that? And then this is a stainless steel base. Right? And then to know when you need it as a board, it lives on your station. You cut anything you want on it, fruit, vegetable, herbs. When you're done, hot soapy water, nice little dry. And I'll show you the trick to this. There's a Chef Jet logo right here. And there's a little arrow that points to the sister arrow on the station. Once that's there, check this out. Boom.
That's your display.
That's right. And
they're not jangling around in a drawer.
No, which is terrible for your knives.
Right.
They're not in that mystery block that you don't know which knife is which because the handle's out.
Have you ever looked inside those things?
When were they sanitized? You can't clean those, by the way. I'm just saying, what do I know?
They get a little junked up, you know?
Yeah, exactly right.
I just thought that was beautiful. If you paired this with the Today Special, what a fabulous gift idea.
Oh, yeah.
Weddings and Father's Day and housewarming
Mother's Day's coming up, Father's Day coming up. If you have a grad that's going off to school,
that's a good point.
That's the way to go. All right, so back to why do I need 2 knives? We've done a ton of vegetable and fruit work. Let's do some protein work. So I've identified the grain. Now I'm gonna teach you how to do what's called a bias slice. So angle that knife just a little bit against the grain and watch what happens. I'm just using the pressure of the knife. Almost no pressure at all.
You're not mangling
Nope,
it.
nope. Look, right. And you're not getting those, what I call like those wedges. When you get dull knives, you're sawing. I'm not sawing, I'm slicing. And by slicing, I'm getting these beautiful like restaurant shingles on a plate.
So good.
That is your steaks. That is your steak salad. That's also like, if this was a raw piece of beef, that's your stir fry cut.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Our director
Yum
just
noodle
got in
for
my
me
ear.
and
He
you.
goes, will you send this to the control room? I don't know if I have that much pull, but
Yeah, right?
I'll try.
Oh,
It looks,
man.
But you know, there's nothing worse. You spend a lot of money on a
Yep.
great cut of meat.
Yep.
You cook it to perfection, and then
Yep.
you mangle it.
Then
And
you
we
mangle
know
it.
that presentation is everything, but also it makes it easier to chew, easier
Absolutely.
to cut and enjoy.
More tender
Right?
to eat. And then what I love about this cutting board that we developed, none of these amazing juices. And this is the jus of the beef right here. I'm not going to get rid of that.
No.
Right, I'm going to take that board now, and I'm going to finish that and use that as a sauce on the steak. I mean, that's what you want to do. You're
And
not
it's
getting rid of
dinner
that.
time right now.
It's liquid gold, friends. That's
Yeah.
literally liquid gold. All right, we got to send it up to the director now.
Yeah, we
That's
do.
what you guys want.
It's on its way. I don't know who's bringing it, but it'll get there. He said thank you.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, and
Now I
you're
can
just
flip the
joining
board.
us, you guys. We are just having a great time. We're learning some tips, and we're talking about the tools of the trade. And look, you don't need to be an expert chef
Nope.
to need a really nice, high-quality knife set. And you know what? It doesn't have to be 30 different knives that
Nope.
we don't know what they're for. Like, let's get the heavy hitters. Let's really invest in the pieces that can get the most of the work done, the workhorses in your kitchen. That's what this is today. You get your chef knife, and you get the Nikiri, which was a little bit of education for a lot of us to understand what that is and what we'll use it for.
Yeah.
And the fact, too, Chef, that you even designed this in a way to make it easier for us to hold on to.
Oh, for sure.
And for food to release off of. And then we have the paring knife, and
That's
that's
right.
our bonus buy.
And I want to show you, again, everyone uses the shape. It's like America's favorite shape.
Yeah.
4-inch paring, but this also has the Japanese steel. It has all the laser engraving on it. It's got the Chef Jet logo. Full tang, even though it's 4-inch, it's still full tang. And here's everyone's favorite knife, right? This is my morning bagel knife. This is my cocktail knife. So Manhattans, no problem. A little bit of orange zest right there. Look at the perfect orange zesting. Also, I love this for, this is my morning bagel knife. So I'm gonna grab that bagel there. I'm gonna grab some strawberry.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
I will be your Sue.
I appreciate you are a fantastic. You're my, not Sue, you're promoted to chef de cuisine.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I like it. I don't
exactly.
understand it, but I like it.
Yeah, so watch, the serrations really help you with soft items and with breads, because usually we smash bread. So just get that serration in there. Flatten that knife and just let it do the work. I'm literally just rotating with no pressure. Let all those individual teeth do all the work. And all of a sudden, you're gonna have perfect shreds on both sides.
See, now, and so that's the paring knife. So if you wanna grab that, it's normally $39.95. If you're buying the Today Special, you get another $10 off.
Oh,
so
that's
you could
right.
get 3 super high quality Japanese stainless steel knives, and you're gonna get them home for, what is that, $70?
$70 and you're all set. And then, you know,
And you're set.
if
That's
you're
all you
there and you want to make them display gorgeously, grab that magnetic board.
Yeah, I definitely would.
And then this is what this knife does amazingly. It holds strawberries perfectly. And usually serrated knives, they tend to like kind of macerate. Watch how straight this thing cuts.
Especially something like a strawberry.
Oh yeah, because it's a soft fruit. It's got full of sugar. It's very delicate. But even with because it's such high quality steel, I can get perfect slices out of there just like that.
Look at that.
It's really, really simple. I can go even thinner if I want to. Anything you can think of. Again, this 4-inch knife. And I know those of you that are watching, who's guilty of using this knife for everything?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes, exactly.
It's
I know
true.
we've got some family members. So start them with the paring knife. They'll graduate up to the Nikiri. Now, why do I love the Nikiri? Because you could take your zest, right? The Nikiri is the detail work there, and this is such a fine slice that is easy.
Look at that.
Japanese steel. And this European wood, by the way, I didn't really mention it. These are from fallen olive trees, friends. So they're mature trees that have a very tight grain. Look how tight that graining is. We didn't cut any down. So it's a renewable
Very
resource.
sustainable.
Yeah, we've taken the olives, and it's now time to harvest the wood.
The
That
weight
feel good.
of this is, it's not so much that you feel intimidated.
Right.
But you can feel the quality, the balance on this is incredible. If you didn't see, the way it's presented, it comes with this beautiful gift box.
Yep, I'll
and
bring
it's
it
just
over.
nestled inside perfectly here. Look at how pretty this is. Slap a bow on it and you are good to go. That is your gift. You guys are loving the hybrid cutting board, magnetic knife display, and the base you can even use. I loved your tip. You could put cookbooks in it to keep them open.
For sure.
If you could pick up the Today's Special, you could get the bonus buy paring knife and get this cutting board / display / recipe book holder. If you use FlexPay, be under $20. For all three. Like, this is why we love FlexPay at HSN. It all comes to you right now, and those are interest-free monthly payments. Try it out for 30 days. If this is not the best set of knives you've ever used, send them back.
Right.
But there is a reason Chef Jet has been around for quite some time, between your cookbooks and your cooking shows and Food Network and your beautiful family. I love watching the reels that you do on Instagram.
Yeah, we get to hang out with our families. Yeah,
but cooking it can be a family thing, you
3 generations now. So my parents came, we opened the first Thai restaurants in the country.
It's incredible.
The first Thai markets, and now I'm passing that on to my kids. Heirloom tomatoes, one of the softest, most unforgiving fruits.
Yes.
Actually, botanically a fruit. Trivia, by the way. Botanically a fruit. And only a super sharp edge can give you that much accuracy right there.
You don't want to know what I did to the BLTs. We literally ate BLTs for dinner last night.
Oh, you did?
And my poor tomato.
Look at that.
It was soft and my knife wasn't very sharp.
Oh.
And I smushed it. There was juices everywhere.
Never
Look how
again.
beautiful this is.
Never again.
Yeah, I think I need to grab this.
Some other things that are really tough to cut are avocados as well. I'm going to show you how professional chefs work with avocados. What I like to do, I like to take the chef's knife here because I want to point. You see that little point there? That's going to give me an edge to. I take the front off. Just a little chef tip for you.
I've never done this.
We like to take the front and the back off, and when you do this, you take the skin. It releases perfectly. It doesn't pull the avocado. That's how you get, what I call like a TV avocado. So now I'm going to peel because you took that top off.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that, team. It
Never
comes
done
right
that.
off.
I've never done that.
It's, well, you know what? Again, it's one of those 30 years in the professional kitchen. Thousands and thousands of avocados. And now we have those laser engraved Chef Jet seals.
That's a really smart touch.
And what I'm going to do is, because I have that laser engraving there, it's not a perfectly flat surface, and it won't suck into the avocado. So look at that. Because I have the little, what I call kind of air gaps in there, and remember, you're basically getting, it's better than BOGO.
Yeah.
You're actually kind of getting 2 knives for the, you know what I mean?
$60 a piece.
They're 60 each, by the way.
You're getting them for $20 a piece.
I mean, so think about that.
Really, and one of the things I love is everything you've shown us, these are foods we eat every single day.
Right.
You don't have to save the special knives for special meals.
Nope.
That's actually gonna make your everyday that much easier. And it's gonna make it a little less stressful in the kitchen. They're beautiful, they're kind of a joy to use. And if you were trying to pick these up separately, just to buy one, you'd be spending more than our entire Today's Special. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to take advantage of getting these 66% off. That is huge.
Yeah.
You could even get this set and the bonus buy, and it would still cost you less than if you were trying to do that on a day it wasn't our Today's Special. I really hope you dive in and try this. We're getting into summertime. We start cooking so much more, and it's all these fresh fruits and veggies and salads, and we're grilling and we're cutting steaks. These knives, they will pay for themselves in no time. So
And
I
know
hope
what
you
you're
take
doing.
advantage.
I know what we're all doing. You're buying the vegetables and fruit pre-cut. You're spending 2 to 3 times more. You don't know how long that's been on the shelf. Sometimes they put citric acid and other preservatives in there, and you don't need to do that. And cutting and cooking is cathartic. You could do that with your family. You could do it to relax. I think it's a really great also measure and meditation. You just kind of hang out with your knife and work at it. So I'm going to cut a supreme now. So I took the edges of the orange off with the nigiri, and now I'm going to go in with my 4-inch serrated right between the membranes there, and that's how you pull just perfect segments.
Look at that.
Just absolute perfect segments.
That's your bonus buy, by the way, and I'm just going to throw it out there because that would normally be $40. Just the one paring knife. That really puts our Today's Special in perspective, where you're getting the chef knife and the nigiri. But the bonus buy, if you do buy the Today's Special, you can get that paring knife another $10 off. So it would be $29.95, and that would be a $6 flex payment.
Wow.
With the $8 flex payment on the Today's Special. So that's a really amazing deal That's $14 there. And then if you really love this cutting board, which I do, it's a magnetic display as well as the base you can use to even display cookbooks if you want. That's a $6 flex payment. So that's what I'm talking about, 20 bucks out the door.
If you're
getting
doing math,
everything
right?
you see here, shopping math. That's the only kind of math that I do,
20
Chef.
bucks a piece almost.
Yeah.
Add a few fun bundles. We're going to show you some other things, but just in the knives alone, I'm known as the fastest knife on Food Network.
Yeah.
And now you know why
Yep.
that is.
And these are the ones you use, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been cooking for 30. Yeah, if you watch Wildcard Kitchen, if you watch Tournament of Champions, these are exactly the knives.
I love that.
And this year I'm going to try to sneak in my cutting board as well. So remember,
You
it's
should do it.
magnetic. Remember, it's two-sided. So everything in the Jet Tila line, you'll see the word hybrid a lot. You'll see the best of the best a lot. But this is really, really commercial grade.
I noticed you had the green beans here.
Yeah.
So my yai, my grandmother.
What does your yai do with green beans?
Well, this was my job as a kid, and I used to hate it. I had to sit there with the big old bowl, snap the end, snap it in half, put them in the. But now I miss those times.
Oh, I
you
know. And then if
But they are
Yai had this,
time-consuming.
if Yai had
Yai
this
had
small,
everything.
she did
Yai
have
was
all
eating
the
Thai chili
knives.
peppers like potato chips.
I love that.
I
That
never
is
made
so
it to that
cool.
level. But look at how quick and easy you can make this
You're
job.
just gliding through work. And you know what?
So
Look,
great.
it's a today's special. I've been here for almost 24 hours. We're using the same knives. So think about the
good
hundreds
point.
and hundreds of cuts that I made. I'm not sharpened them. I don't have to do anything because that Japanese steel holds an edge phenomenally.
Now, with knives, you hear a lot about German steel.
Yeah,
Why do
yeah.
you prefer Japanese steel?
I
over
will
German?
say, I think about it this way. German steel, very durable, very, very strong.
Okay.
Hard to maintain an edge. So once you put that edge in there, it dulls out really, really quickly. Japanese steel, more supple, I think holds an edge the best. This is the best of the best.
Love
I mean,
that.
everything on the Jet line is the best of the
Yes,
best.
this is Chef's Choice right here, this today's special. So get that, again, $60 each for each of these knives when you purchase them separately. Today, you get them both for $39.95. I mean, I look at that flex payment, again, I'm like $7.99.
Right?
I got an oatmeal in the coffee drive-thru and it was like $8, believe me.
Yeah.
I felt shame about it all day. But
No
this is a
judgment.
better deal.
No
okay,
judgment.
the paring knife,
All
very
right.
popular. You can get
Yes.
this separately on its own for $39.95, but if you bought the Today Special, another $10 is gonna fall right off.
Yeah.
Why is the paring knife probably one of the most popular knives?
I
in
would
the
say
kitchen?
the paring knife is probably the knife everyone uses the most. I think that although that's a good thing, I want you to start with the best paring knife you can. It's this one right here. The paring knife is used because of this, right? Look at the detail work. Have you ever peeled a mushroom?
I've never done
Yeah,
that.
you work in a French restaurant or a European restaurant.
Looks like a flower.
It is like a flower. You have to peel mushrooms. Why else is it awesome? Because once you're done kind of doing the detail work, you can go right into the heavy work. So I can do slicing, I could do dicing, I could do peeling, I could do turning, I can make cocktails.
Yeah.
This really is, you actually need a few of these because you need them kind of in every room there. What else? You're hulling strawberries. Oh, you know what? The smaller items as well. Not everyone loves taking shallots down. So what I like to do is I'll cut the shallot in half, and then I'll lay it on the board. And this is what a fantastic paring knife can do.
Nice.
Right? It
And
gives
it's
you
not
perfect.
sticking,
No,
once
look
again.
at that. Again, no friction here. Look at that. They're just leaning down and making perfect shingles. And no normal paring knife can do that.
You know, I would have loved to see next time you have to bring a mango.
Yes. Oh,
'Cause
man,
it's
I
the
would
one,
crush that
like,
mango.
I cannot perfect, and maybe it's the knives as well, and that's a soft fruit.
Yeah.
Any of these soft fruits and veggies, you guys, the better your knife, the easier that job's gonna be.
Absolutely. The better your knife, the you don't cut yourself. You only cut
Yeah.
yourself with a dull knife.
Yeah.
It actually saves your hand strength because you're working quite easy. And this is a real life thing. You're peeling apples. You're peeling. My son's a little picky. He doesn't like to eat the peel on certain things. So how easy is it to just take a paring knife and just do really fast work with it? And there's no reason why this thing can't do the heavy work as well. But I could peel. I can chop. This knife is awesome.
You've got great
it
control with it.
It's 100% control because I'm also applying that same pinch grip. And look at that even cuts all the way through.
Yeah.
And that is the paring knife. This is the one, I believe, the three knives everyone needs is going to be the Nikiri, the chef's knife, and the paring knife. And these are gorgeous. They're well made. And it's because of our buying power at HSN.
$14 out the door.
$14.
Use FlexPay. Get that today special. Get the paring knife. This would be such a gorgeous way to display them in your kitchen. Also keep them clean and keep them from banging around in a drawer somewhere. It's a magnetic cutting board, which you've seen Chef Jet using this entire time. I love that it's dual-sided. You've got
Yes.
the one with the edge to catch, you know, juices and gravies.
Absolutely.
And then the other side is perfectly flat.
And when you watch me on Food Network, right, you can do your vegetable work first, and then again, look at this cutting board. It's bamboo wrap, by the way. So bamboo, another sustainable wood, right? We're not doing any harm that way. It's dual-sided. And it actually, it's such a tight grain, it resists any kind of germs as well. So that's the kind of stuff you could do on this board. And again, you can, this is the perfect way to display knives, in my opinion.
Strong.
Look how it's strong, right? Isn't that cool? So you don't have to worry about it falling. You don't have to worry about any issues at all.
And that one is $5.99.
Wow.
Again, this is like the time to stock up, get the giftable. Maybe you're doing a refresh in your own kitchen.
Right.
If you look at your cutting boards, are they all dinged up, or do you have the plastic ones? Are they looking kind of like they've lost their life? This is a great way to refresh because it does serve many purposes, not just cutting.
Look at that perfect surface
it's display as well. And the size of this is perfect too.
Oh, it's quite perfect for most of your work. And it cleans up really easily. It's portable. I actually take this, and when I'm actually cooking on set or I'm going somewhere and doing a private job, I actually will take these and I'll display my knives because I'm really, really proud of this gear. So bamboo on the board. We have a Mediterranean olive wood on the knife. Both are renewable resources. So we really kind of thought of everything. I'm so stoked about this line. I mean, look at how much work we've done just in our few minutes.
I love you said we.
Yeah. Well, it is we.
It's really me.
Yeah.
That's
I'm a
what
team
you should
player.
have said.
No, it's really you. It's really you. Actually, that's what I really should say.
Fabulous though. And again, it's like a whole kitchen refresh if you wanted to pick up these pieces. Use those flex payments. The value will not get better than it is right now. This today's special, if you missed it, each of these knives on their own is $60. You're getting them both for $39.95. The flex payments again are phenomenal, but you also have 30 days to try everything, which I really appreciate. If it's something new, maybe you've never tried any of Chef Jet's line, you're going to be very pleasantly surprised when you get it home. And by the way, Chef, can we talk about this cookbook?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have so many amazing cookbooks. This one, is that your beautiful wife?
It is my beautiful wife. That's Tila, preschool special ed teacher, and it's the only place to get it signed, by the way.
Oh, get out of
HSN
here.
is the only place to get this signed. I know a lot of you watch me on TV and think I cook Asian. No, this is your 365 3 meals a day book right here. So
that's a good one.
duck with fruit gastrique. How about some pulled pork sandwiches?
Yes, please.
Lots of pictures. It was important to us. Clam chowder.
Look at all
So
these
again, breakfast foods, quesadillas right there, vegetable quesadillas. So this is the book. Allie's favorite bacon tart for the morning.
Gosh.
So this is the approachable book. This is the book that you can cook 3 meals, 7 days a week, 21 meal opportunities. There's always a little Easter egg of my family in every book.
Look at all of this.
It is a fantastic everyday cookbook.
And I love that, once again, 101, 101.
That's right.
Epic Dish is $4.40, and it's signed, and this is the only place that you can grab that. So check that out. That is on hsn.com. There are so many pieces, though, and what I love is everything you bring us, it's got some kind of smart twist to it, right?
Yeah, everything is functional, by the way, including this drying rack. So first, it looks rigid, but it's not. So just so you know, it's silicone around stainless. So while you're not using it, you roll it up.
Nice.
And it's not just a drying rack, friends. So easily stored. Once it's unfurled, it is a drying rack. It is a trivet because the silicone is good for 500 degrees. Anytime you're trying to protect your stuff. I'm gonna bring a hot pan over to it. I'm gonna demonstrate what it's used for right there. So hot pan goes over this, a perfect trivet for your buffets when you're entertaining.
Great idea.
And then it's actually purposely this tall and this wide because it fits over most sinks. So once it's over the sink, it becomes extra drying rack space. So you don't.
You know what I would use it for
know
too?
what I mean? Tell me.
Over the sink, I have a lot of potted plants.
Oh yeah,
and I could
for
water them and let it run through, and then you get 2, by the way, for $2.99. We have about 350 left.
Oh, that's it, dudes.
They're so usable.
Dudes, by the way, gearheads that work on cars. This is also, again, over a prep sink, work sink. You could wash parts. You could do a wear wash, parts wash. But this as well, because it's all sealed surface. It's silicone with stainless, and when you're not using it, you roll it away.
That's important because how many of us have the actual trivets that are like these big, heavy pieces? You got to stack them up. You don't want them to break. This is so much smarter, and you can use it as your drying rack.
There's drying rack. There's a trivet rack right there, and it's also a wash-through or work-through rack as well. The price is incredible. Right now, $3.99. It's kind of nice. What is it? A stocking stuffer? It's kind of it's a gift. It's teacher appreciation right now too. These next few weeks, by the way, very hot. Not anymore. I'm not worried about it because that is fun right there. Very useful. I think it comes in red and in black, but I think we have red right now. Not many left, so I would grab these really quickly.
If you want to get them, grab them. And I will say, red is our most popular color when it comes to kitchen accessories and appliances and cookware. So that's going to match back to all your gorgeous red pieces. Look at how it just rolls up and you can put it away.
Just rolls up, stackable.
I bet you could cool your cookies on that.
That's perfect for any of your hot stuff right there.
Yeah, cooling cookies and watering plants. That's what you do whatever you want to do with it at home. But there's 300 of you who are going to be able to grab that. We're going to give you a moment to get your orders in. Head to hsn.com or scan that QR code, and you can always find everything we're bringing you. We've got a quick break. On the other side, we're going to get cooking. We've got the saucepan coming up. We've got the skillet coming up. Really great deals, and it's beautiful stainless steel. We'll be back with Chef Jet after this. Don't go anywhere.
Live your summer in style. From your favorite brands to all new celeb designer collections. Don't miss Summer in Style, Thursday at midnight.
In honor of National Military Appreciation Month, HSN is supporting the Foundation for Women Warriors, a nonprofit organization dedicated to honoring and empowering the women veterans community. The foundation works to enhance the personal and economic well-being of veterans by providing financial education, professional development, and mentorship. Join us in support of our women veterans. In May, HSN will match customer donations up to $75,000.
HSN Kitchen. We are cooking up a storm. I've got Chef Jet Tila here with me, author of many cookbooks, family man. You've seen him on the Food Network. Great cooking shows and demonstrations online as well. I love how you educate us as we go.
I think it's the most important thing because, I mean, I can make the gear, but if I teach you how to use it and the why behind it, I think it makes you a better chef, to be honest with you. Yeah, and again, speaking of the whys, how about the same thing? We're talking about my tri-ply hybrid cookware. And if you look inside, this is one of the newest technology in pan. So the metal there is stainless steel, right? It's surrounded and sandwiched with a non-stick, right? Which is, and what you can do is, I'm using this time as a double boiler. So I have a little bit of chocolate, and this is when we have the kids hang out. They can actually hand dip their treats. And I'm doing that, and you can also take the chocolate and do the drizzle as well. Using like the tong set, I'm gonna actually do the drizzle. Like a chef, you know, I have fun doing all the drizzles there.
I'm sure the kids would love to fling that all over the kitchen.
You know, they run away with it and they start licking the
that's
spoon.
Hilarious.
Another thing you can do, because it's stainless steel and sandwiched around that ceramic nonstick, you can actually go metal to metal with this. So I've got a 4-piece utensil set. And you can go metal to metal in here. What's cooler is this. So I've got some tomato soup going, right? And you can go your immersion blender right inside. So I'm going right in, and I'm pulsing tomatoes. And I'm thinking about my white chef coat as I do this, by the way. Yeah, yeah.
I know.
I
I'm
know,
like,
and I'm having you
brave
stand back,
man.
by the way, just in case. But with no time at all, I don't need to use a food mill and do this separately.
Yeah.
And then I'm actually, seeing I could finish with a little stock, finish with cream, or I can just have a really delicious,
Got a little bit of stuff here.
That's it. And then I'm gonna use my tong and my ladle now, and I'm gonna make soup. So in no time at all, in the pot, you have fresh soup. I mean, look at that.
And so what I'm hearing is you're solving the issue of durability,
Yeah.
right? Because if you have just nonstick, you'd never scrape metal on it.
That's right.
But you're also solving the issue of food sticking, because if it's just stainless steel, oftentimes that's what happens, and that's why we go with nonstick. This is like that perfect hybrid.
Exactly.
And you are getting the 2-quart of the saucepan for $39.95. And it's coming with that tempered glass lid, of course.
Yeah.
And it was funny because in the commercial break, I'm like, how many eggs are in there? I mean, this is only a
let me answer your
2-quart.
question. How about 18
Holy
boiled
cow.
eggs all in one go? You can get all your meal prep done. You can get all, I always keep some boiled eggs around because they also make for some really fantastic emulsifiers. You can do instant mayonnaise by using boiled eggs instead of raw eggs. Another cool Food Network tip for you. Yeah, exactly
blown
right.
there.
And then
Oh, you did your rice.
Pasta, rice, potatoes. This is your pot. Why? Because you have that ceramic nonstick on the bottom. You're not gonna have anything sticking. And raise your hand if you may have overcooked your rice or your potatoes or your pasta and you've ruined your pot. You're not gonna have that problem in here because you've got that beautiful mesh grid of stainless steel and nonstick. If you've never used this new technology, you've seen them. It's tri-ply, meaning it's stainless steel on the outside, right? It's got an aluminum conductive core in the middle. And then on this amazing, again, if you wanna zoom in, you can see wherever the Chef Jet logo is, that's where the stainless steel is. And then wherever it's dark and smooth, that's that beautiful ceramic nonstick.
Wow.
So we've done a double boiled chocolate, we've done soup, we've boiled eggs, we've made rice. But what I love, this is the perfect personal saute pan, by the way, as well. Because if I'm just, if kids are gone, they're either at camp or they're doing practice or something like that, I can make an omelet in here.
Yep.
I can saute some green beans in here. It's for the perfect, me and Allie are hanging out. We just want to make something really simple. And that's why we actually keep a few of these around. Another cool thing is we have a cook-through, look-through lid. And I hate lids where I'm like guessing. Is the food done? Is it not done? Is the food done? Is it not done?
And then you're losing all the heat every time you check.
Absolutely. This way, I've got 360 view out of here. And again, the cool pairings here is like I made a gravity-fed pepper mill, totally ceramic. You could adjust up to 5 settings here. And then, and because it's ceramic, salt won't corrode it. There's no corrosion worry there at all.
I love the handles. I'm noticing too, like the shape of these is perfection.
Yeah, if you want to check it out, there's a reason why we riveted the handles and we cut a groove in here because that limits the conductivity, right? So when this part gets really hot, it has very little place to go. It dissipates the heat in the middle, and then that's why you have a very cool handle. We've thought about everything.
It's like you do this for a living,
yeah,
Chef.
exactly right.
My goodness. This is the first and only airing you're going to see of the 2-quart saucepan. I've got just over 900 of these left for everyone to get $39.95. I mean, again, and we said this earlier about the Today Special. Look on any website, go through any department store, look at the high-end cookware, because that's what you're getting here. You're not finding it for $39.95. I mean, this is really, look at the capacity.
And look at the capacity. Rice triples up, team. So if you start with 2 cups, you end up with 6. So just, and then it's super easy to clean up. And remember, look, I'm just gonna say it. You've seen those pans that are hexagonal, wink, wink. You've seen those cladded pans. This is similar technology. Ours is better at half the price. If you did any comparison in real life out there, this is the stuff right here. So again, 2-minute sauteed green beans. Soup is ready to go. I'm about to plate up these green beans. And we have all the fun tools to go with it. This is the tong set. And what's different about this tong set is this. We've got the silicone, so
Yep.
usually we leave our tongs in there, and you go, ooh, why, that's too hot. But because it has the silicone in there, I'm good. It protects me. And this is the only tong in life that has its own kickstand, by the way.
Okay.
Look at that. Hello.
I was wondering what that was for.
Yeah, because
Genius.
when you put tongs down, they touch food.
Yeah.
And you start to transfer them to table, you don't know what that's picking up. So I put a little kickstand in there so it never cross-contaminates. I put a nice locking mechanism in there, so all you have to do is apply some upward pressure. On TV, I kind of do the body move,
I
right?
do that
So
too.
yeah.
I did
so
it with my pencil too. You like hit yourself to get it.
Yeah.
Now that's a part of a 3-piece set. There's the info on your screen. You get 2 sets of tongs and you're calling them tweezers?
Yeah,
These are cool.
So all the chefs now are using tweezers. So you mount them in your apron.
Okay.
And they
so
hang out in there. You know who I'm talking about, chefs. I'm not going to out anybody. Yeah. Exactly. Tweezers are everything, but they're silicone coated, so they're good up to 500 degrees.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about them burning your hands.
It smells so good.
Isn't that nice? Just a real simple green bean dish. And guess what? I'm done. So I'm going to go ahead. I have rice. I'm going to plate my green beans here.
Again, a workhorse. It's like we're doing the basics, like hard boiling your eggs. You're doing your desserts with that boil. You've got your sauces, your veggies. This is why we love stainless steel too. It lasts. I mean, you want to talk about durability. It doesn't get better than that. But what are the things normally we shy away from with stainless? Food sticking.
Right.
And
Issues
with that. So you
the
kind of fix
pan
that.
will discolor. Watch how I clean this pan. I mean, so I'm back in the saucepan.
I'm just looking at the garlic on
Isn't
the
that
screen.
lovely?
Oh my
That's what you
gosh,
want to
give me
eat.
all the garlic.
Yeah. And then take a moist towel.
Okay.
And then you're just going to wipe it right out.
Easy
and that's
peasy.
it. You know what? Because in my restaurants, we have dishwashers. Right, I have a scullery crew. I have the steward crew. At home, it's me and Hallie.
Yeah.
Right. So how about you cook your butt off, and you're like, the last thing you want to do is a ton of dishes.
It's terrible.
Because you have that ceramic, because you have that stainless. It all works together,
Make
and
it
it
easy.
keeps really, really clean.
We'll start working the kids in there.
Yeah,
12 and 9,
12
I
and
think
9
they're
is
about
time.
there.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
our kids are the same age.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
We
time.
can even give them a job to
Yeah,
do. They can chocolate the cookies and then they can clean it up afterwards.
There you go. Yeah, one more fun little tool. I made this really cool oil dispenser.
Okay.
And usually, like when you're trying to measure oil, free pouring is the worst thing you could do. So if you zoom in, you could actually see there's numbers here that
Oh, my
correspond
goodness.
to tablespoons. So as we're zooming, you see these little squeezies? I
Yeah.
can squeeze 1 table. I can squeeze 2 tables.
That is so
I can
smart.
go up to 4 because free pouring is the most dangerous thing for your waistline. 120 calories per tablespoon of oil, friends. 120 calories. So so when they had asked for 2 tablespoons, you can guarantee 1 or 2
And you just
tablespoons.
drizzle it right
You
out.
just drizzle it right in. You
That's
can also
smart.
infuse your oils. You could put rosemary, you could put garlic,
Okay.
whatever you want in
well,
there.
that one, $2.99 on
$2.99.
FlexPay.
Wow.
FlexPay is the name of the game tonight. You can totally revamp your whole kitchen. Super, super smart ways to cook better, cook easier, maybe have some fun again while you do it. $7.99 to get this saucepan and the lid home. So I really hope you guys grab that. I do want to mention the utensils, the stainless steel utensils, because we have those available, which, yes, safe to use metal with this
Yes,
saucepan.
exactly
Oh, that's
right.
a 4-piece set that you can get.
4-piece stainless steel.
Nice.
And like, it's a joke. I'm like, hey, I take the strongest bite and try to bend this. It's seamless, by the way. There's no
gosh.
rivets. There's no welds. It's fully fluidly
These are
one
beautiful.
piece. That means you're never gonna get stains. You're never gonna get food trapped in them. And if you have those cool little racks up top, you could actually hang
and
them
just hang it.
next to your pan. So again, go ahead and try to bend one. They're so durable.
That
It's
is
unbelievable.
insane.
Yeah, exactly.
Really high quality, everybody.
We don't just have the pans, we have all the toys to go along with all the gear.
Well, I highly recommend you head to hsn.com and take a look at the full line that Chef Jet Tila brings to us. Really innovative, smart ideas. We're gonna head over to the other side of the studio here and keep things going because you know one of the worst things about cooking is the prep work.
It's prep.
That's why we brought you the Today's Special knife set and this genius little compact glass bowl chopper. We don't always need that giant thing when it's just
No.
like 2 to 4 people or sauces and dips. This is so much smarter.
I call this Mighty Mouse, right? Like me, it's compact, but it does a lot of work. So let me take you through the construction. Full glass, so it doesn't transfer any smells, any flavors. It's got 6 blades, team. So if you look at that, it spins like a tornado. And usually what happens when you have food processors, the food gets stuck in the bottom, but no, I got that one extra blade to trap it there, to push it back. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. These are the Chef Jet prep bowls. You know, if you're looking for air, look how airtight that is.
Ooh,
I mean,
I love that.
I mean, I could barely get that open. It's got rubber feet, so when you're trying to stir, it doesn't move around on you. And this is a good amount of garlic. This is probably 15, 20 cloves. I'm gonna show you how fast this thing will do garlic. All right, the next piece of this is this lid that goes on. This lid is also what protects the motor. There's no food contact between the motor and the product, by the way.
Oh gosh, love that.
And then you have red or black, totally up to you. Once you see it says a positive seat, I'm just gonna push.
So right on the top, you can
right on
control
top,
it.
just one little thing. And look, in what is that, 4, 5? I don't want it over minced, but if you want that super, super processed garlic, you could do that. This also comes with a cool little spatula that fits the bowl perfectly. So I'm going right in. And you know what, wait, let's say I don't want to use this right away. I have a lid. Can I see one of those lids? Check this out, team. If I don't want to use it right away and I want to store it, I'm gonna remove the processing lid, and I'm gonna add the permanent lid, and that's fully
This is so smart. And that's glass.
That's glass, so you can use another bowl, but you have a storage bowl. But I'm just gonna show you the capacity. All right, here's that tornado blade. That was 20 cloves of garlic.
How much money you think you're saving too by doing it this way instead of buying that big jar that just sits?
Oh, right. Please, hey, do me a favor. Don't buy jarlic. Don't buy jarlic. Make your own garlic, all right? So no jarlic. And isn't that a floral?
Yeah.
Herbs right here. If you're just trying to shift some herbs up, and it says that liquid max, meat max, and I'm just gonna do 1 or 2 pulses. I can let it go. Remember the triple blade in there is gonna catch anything that tries to get away from you. And I'm done.
I have the hardest time with herbs.
Oh,
it's
you
hard
do?
to chop. It sticks to the knife. Like this would be such a smarter way to do it.
And then the blades are so sharp, it does not destroy the herbs. It doesn't turn it into pesto.
You're right. And there's a lot in there.
A really good chef will tell you should be able to identify the herb. Don't cut it so far that you don't know what the herb is.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, onions, you know. Here, let's just do peanuts really quick. I'm going to show you how crazy fast. So this is pad thai prep right here. You got to do the salad prep. Done.
Get out of town.
And I'll do one more just for fun, but that was it. That was like two
think about that for baking,
processes.
how nice that would be.
Yeah, Allie loves this. And you know, if you go a little further, you can kind of make the butters out of it. But look at that. That's coarse, that's pad thai peanuts right there. If
so
you
you're
want to
saying I don't need a plastic bag and a hammer.
Yeah.
You inevitably rip a hole in it.
Oh, man, you
it
just
goes
brought
everywhere.
me back. That is for real cooking right there.
Brought me back to 2 days ago.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way. How about a little salsa? Right in here, I've already added some vine-ripe tomatoes. I have the onions, I have the cilantro.
Yeah.
You could have a little salt and pepper and
Everything
vinegar.
you need.
And it's Cinco de Mayo.
There you go.
Instant Cinco de Mayo.
Super fresh.
It's super fresh. It doesn't get fresher than that. I've made salsa literally in seconds.
Oh my gosh.
You know, a little bit of a seasoned salt or garlic salt.
Okay,
and
that
I'm eating
smells
chips, friends.
incredible.
Look at that.
Look how fresh and beautiful. Okay, so we have the black, we have the red. It's $26.95. Remember, this is glass. I love that it comes with a lid for storage. You get the little spatula as well. But this is the perfect size. I mean, look at the amount of garlic you were able to do. That is insane. It doesn't take up a ton of space. And this will be the thing you end up using all the time, for sure. So grab yours while we have it, $5.39. These prices. They don't even seem right to me. Now this is getting even.
It makes no sense. It's such a good deal right now.
I didn't realize the capacity of this. I'm looking at these giant pieces of steak.
Call it what you want.
Pork?
The Goldilocks. This is here, pork loin chops. Look at that
so
sear,
good.
friends. That is now the hybrid technology. Stainless steel is the only thing that's going to give you a restaurant sear like that.
I was going to say, I don't know that I would be scared to put any kind of like meat or salmon in a regular stainless steel.
Right.
Eggs, you know how bad they stick, but you've addressed that issue. Tell us about this technology inside.
Yeah, absolutely. We can get close on another pan or this pan, but I really want you to go deep inside of this pan to really understand what's happening while these other things sear. All right. tri-ply technology, friends. So outside of this is 3 layers of metal. Stainless steel on the outside.
Okay.
I've got a conductive layer in the middle. So this will work on induction burners, okay? Yep,
Perfect.
that's what I want. Let's go straight in there and look at the Chef Jet logo. What you're looking at is, you know there's stainless steel, you know there's a conductive layer. This outer layer is stainless steel, and it's that ceramic nonstick,
Wow.
PFAS free, PTFE free. And I take lasers, and I laser in all the logos in there.
You're not doing Austin Powers.
I know.
I love it.
I had to do it.
Dr. Evil.
And that's how you get this perfect hybrid surface.
Okay, so
right?
it doesn't just look beautiful, that's for performance
No,
as well.
no, absolutely. You know what? The form follows the function, as we hear, right? Form follows function. I'm not even going to put any fat in this pan, and we're going to start a little bit of salmon.
See, this makes me nervous.
Yeah, oh, why would it, right? There's enough fat, naturally, omega-3 fat in salmon. You're going to see that brown gorgeously, and you're going to see that that's going to make a great crust. How about this? How about a helper handle that stays cool?
Oh, nice.
Right, riveted in. Again, back to that patented stay cool main
look at
handle.
This handle, you guys.
Right,
Again,
where
form and function.
yeah, so we dissipate all the heat, because if this was one piece, it would actually be a bridge. It's actually called thermal bridging, by the way. I'm getting really nerdy. I'm really sorry about that. But we're eliminating that thermal bridging, so this part where you actually put your hand stays cool, up to 500 degrees in the oven as well. The whole thing, the lid and all, the peekaboo lid, everything is fully
well, I love
ready
that
to go.
Not only is it a nice 11-inch size, but the depth of this, I'm thinking any kind of like liquids as well. You're making sauces and little stews and whatever you want. So it does become, once again, like a workhorse in your kitchen. You just keep coming back to this one over and over again.
Big time. How about your short ribs? How about your braise? How about your pot roast? Right?
Definitely.
Anything you start on the stove and finish in the oven. And again, that is a restaurant sear.
It smells so good in here.
And we're just using a normal electric cooktop here in this kitchen at HSN.
Okay.
We're not doing anything special. This isn't a juiced up commercial gear at all. It's just normal home gear. And these pork chops are going to be, I mean, done so quickly.
You know, and I love this. I had to test it because I wanted to see how heavy. I'm not the strongest person in the world.
You are strong.
This is a nice size, and sometimes they can be too heavy.
Right.
This has that weight. You can feel the quality, but that you're not working too hard to be able to pick this up.
And you've got like a pound and a half of salmon in there. If you grab there with the helper handle, you're distributing the weight in between. I mean, this is the way to go right here.
$7.99 to have 5 flex payments. That is the most we ever offer. This is our weekly deal drop, and actually what that means, because this was originally $80. So it's 50% off. Weekly deal drops are today's special pricing, but we don't have the quantity to sustain 24 hours of offering it like a today's special.
Got it.
So it is very temporary. If it lasts a week, that very rarely happens. That's how long you have to grab this deal. But I will tell you, this has been very, very popular today. Almost 2,500 have sold already. So if you love it, if you're even somewhat curious and you want to upgrade and try something higher quality that's non-stick at the same time, that you can also use in the oven and any cooktop, this is something you're going to want to jump in on, because guess what? If you don't love it, you can send it back. You can cook on this for 30 nights, 30 afternoons, 30 breakfasts. There's a lot you can cook inside of this, and I don't see anything sticking.
No, and I'm actually going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you how to make a quick chop for the pork chop.
Okay.
So all that delicious bits we call fond in the French kitchen. How about deglazing with a little bit of white wine, right? That's going to take it down just a little bit. I'm going to pull all that deliciousness off the pan there. And it's actually reducing, because all those little bubbles are evaporating the wine and all the juices. And then, of course, it's kind of a classic technique. I'm going to mount with butter. I'm going to finish that off with a little bit of butter. And once that reduces, I'm going to show you how easy it is to wipe this pan out. Right? And these steaks are just about ready to go. So I can make 2 different sauces with this. Don't be daunted by the size, my friends. I know half of you are like, too big.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And you're, no, this is your individual omelet pan in the morning.
Yeah.
This is cooking pancakes. It's a griddle, it's a pan, it's a deep fryer, it's a braiser.
Yeah.
Right? It's a cake pan. I love personally cooking cornbreads in here.
So you can put this in the oven, no
100%,
problem.
500 degrees.
Holy cow.
Right? And this pan sauce is done. Let's take this over to the pork chops and I'll wipe it out and show you just how easy that is there. So Pork chops need a little love.
Looks so good.
A little bit of white wine butter sauce. Come on,
OMG.
seriously.
Wow.
I mean, that's what you want right there.
And you had 6 of those in this saute pan, no problem.
That's
with
your
room
whole
to spare.
family dinner, by the way, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
So now, how about just a moist towel,
Yep.
right? Just slightly wet. Ooh, that's a good Scooby snack, actually.
You're such a chef to be able to do that.
That's a Scooby snack.
You got chef hands
right,
right there.
Yeah, right.
You just don't do that at home.
Don't do that at home. Do that at
Wow, look
home.
how clean that came out.
Oh no, I'm done. I'm literally done. So because it's stainless steel to brown, because it's that ceramic nonstick, those are working together. That's why I'm calling this the hybrid pan. It's ready to cook in immediately, and I'm gonna make a stir fry in here.
Okay.
Yeah, how's that sound? You know what I mean?
Do you have, oh, by the way, we have this oil dispenser.
Do we remember
so
our
smart.
friend?
You squeeze it. It has measurements up top.
Yep.
So you can squeeze the perfect amount right up here where our hands are, and then you can just pour it right in.
And if you need a free pour, then you push the top button.
Okay.
And then you push the
That's
top
on
button.
hsn.com. There's a lot of, all the extras you see Chef Jet using, you can get on our website at hsn.com. You can also scan that QR code on your screen. If you want to get this weekly deal drop, 50% off. If you're shopping with us right now, you need to be hopping online, scanning that QR code, or using our free app to get yours, because this is incredible value, yes, but to me, it's the functionality that you're bringing to us, because I've always loved stainless, but I don't grab it that often because my food sticks to it.
Well, also, it's not gonna last. You know you're gonna have to throw it away. You know if you have one bad cooking day, it's gone.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna saute some shrimp, and next door in Salmon Land,
Look at this. You didn't put any butter.
There's been no fat in here, by the way.
Oils.
I'm relying on the omega-3 oils out of the salmon, and I can get in there with metal. Because of that stainless steel hybrid grid. It's ceramic nonstick. I'm just gonna turn it right over, and look at that restaurant sear.
Yum.
That is what I'm talking about, right there. And if I want to do a little butter base, I can go ahead and finish this with butter if I want to. Notice the theme, butter's delicious. That's the theme right there.
It really is.
Right, I'm gonna finish so I can sear that skin, finish with butter, put some